Today at the White House, First Lady Melania Trump said she has had an open channel of communication with Russia's Vladimir Putin on the impact of his war on Ukraine and the impact it's having on children. The U.S. government has documented tens of thousands of Ukrainian children that have been kidnapped and taken into Russian territory. Moderator of Face the Nation, Margaret Brennan, has been reporting on the stolen children of Ukraine and joins me for tonight's interview. Good evening, Margaret.
Good evening to you, John. Well, the First Lady said Vladimir Putin had responded to a personal letter hand-delivered to him in Alaska this August by releasing today 8 kids and agreeing to return those who recently turned 18 at some point in the future. She made no mention, though, of wrongdoing by Vladimir Putin, who was indicted by the International Criminal Court for what it characterized as his role in state-sponsored kidnapping.
Shortly after Russia's 2022 invasion, President Vladimir Putin appeared with some of the 700,000 children he claimed he'd rescued from Ukraine.
It is the single largest kidnapping since World War II.
War crimes investigator Nathaniel Raymond argues the kids were abducted, not rescued. His Yale University team tracked down 35,000 of them through satellite imagery and Russian websites. They've identified hundreds of Ukrainian children listed online for adoption. Others, like these, are sent through camps.
You shared with us images of Ukrainian children pointing guns, some of them quite small. What's happening there?
It's part of a larger program of patriotic military education that most Russian children do.
Older children receive advanced instruction.
They're being trained for war.
Are those children being sent to the battlefield now?
We don't know. Right now, we're investigating that.
What other purpose would these camps serve?
One is to try to indoctrinate them as pro-Russian. The second is to try to militarize them, we believe, against Ukraine. These kids shouldn't be in camps. They should be home with their families.
Ukrainian President Zelensky raised the issue to President Trump.
Bring kids back to the families.
Despite U.S. efforts, Putin has ignored Ukraine's request. During Ukraine's UN appeal last year, we met one recovered boy named Ilya, who said he'd watched his mother die in a Russian strike. Then injured, he was taught Russian and instructed by his captors to say, "Glory to Russia," on camera. Nathaniel Raymond says it's getting tougher to track kids, especially since the Trump administration slashed foreign aid funding.
How are you able to still keep operating?
I would say our main source of support is angry Ukrainian American grandmas. People, when they hear what's happened to the kids, say, oh my God, what if this happened to me? What would I do if one day I woke up and some guys in ski masks and with Kalashnikovs came in and took my kids?
Margaret, first of all, extraordinary how you've been following this story. Is there any chance that government funding is going to return, or is Nate going to have to keep relying on those grandmothers?
Well, John, there aren't a lot of things people in Washington can agree upon these days, but this is actually getting bipartisan support, and we've seen a bipartisan group of senators tuck this in, the renewal of funding, into this must-pass defense bill that we expect to be voted on next month. So it's headed in the right direction, but it's not guaranteed quite yet.
And what else has Nathaniel learned about the scope of the Kremlin-directed campaign?
It's been expanding for the past decade into eastern occupied Ukraine and into Russia, at least 210 sites that he has documented evidence of. And I think, John, why this should matter to everyone is because under international law, children are supposed to have protected status. They are not considered combatants. So if Russia's given a free pass here, the concern is that it is open season on children in the wars of tomorrow.